Hi guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be checking out Intellivision's latest trailer, and that is their family trailer. So this is a trailer for non-gamers, casuals, families, all about playing together and introducing Amico to the audience that they are most focused on. So without further ado, let's jump into the trailer and I'll give you my thoughts.
Intellivision is bringing families back together again with an innovative gaming console called Amico. 40 years ago, video games burst onto the scene as families connected gaming consoles to their television sets and enjoyed playing simple games together. It didn't take long for video games to grow into a multi-billion-dollar industry as the digital play from companies such as Atari, Coleco, and Intellivision became an integral part of childhood culture. But by the mid-90s, the video game industry took a turn. Easy-to-play games became sophisticated, controllers became complicated, and consoles became expensive. Sadly, family play was replaced by solo play, and rooms full of laughter were replaced by insulating headsets. But all of that is about to change with the arrival of Amico.
Now this is something I can actually relate to personally. Back in the 80s, all the way through the early 90s, I would always play video games with family and friends. I was always around my friends' houses, they was all around my house. We were always playing games together. I'd play games with my dad, with friends of the family. And those were great times. And then they are right, during the mid-90s was when things changed for me. The mid-90s to the late 90s, into the 2000s, I found myself playing PlayStation in my bedroom alone. I would be on my dad's PC alone, playing Doom, Wolfenstein, Duke Nukem, Commander Keen, Rise of the Triad, those kind of games. And it was very solitary. I was locked away, I was just playing them alone. And my friends were all the same. The only time we'd ever play together would be on the rare occasion that I might stop off at a friend's house before we go out and party, and they'd be playing on their machine. And we'd have a quick game together, or sometimes we'd go to another friend's house who would have a machine set up and we'd be drinking and partying and we'd all play a bit of Mario Kart together. But for the most part, gaming did change. It did become a lot more solitary, and then in the 2000s was the introduction of Xbox Live, and I think that's really where it started to go away from traditional gaming, playing together.
Just like the original Intellivision, which pioneered couch co-op and family gaming, Amico, the Italian word for friend, promises to bring back family-friendly entertainment with the sole purpose of ease, togetherness, and fun. All Amico games are family-friendly, and they contain no violence or any foul language.
See, that's one of the big selling points right here. They're making it quite clear that this is a safe system. So if you have a family and you have, especially if you've got small children, you don't never have to worry about what they're playing on the Amico. They're never going to be exposed to foul language, to violence, to inappropriate content. And I think that's going to be a massive selling point to families.
Families will enjoy gathering together with Amico and jumping right into fun-filled gameplay. The controllers are easy to learn, no matter what your skill level, and they've been designed to adapt difficulty for diverse skill ranges.
Adaptive gameplay is a really great idea as well. Tommy talked about this a lot in the early days, what you would call the Karma engine, Karma gaming engine, whereby say you're playing a game of Pong, and if you're playing with your father, say, and your father's losing, you're doing really great because you're a gamer, you've been playing for decades. Your paddle would shrink and his paddle would increase, so it gives him more of an opportunity to come back. And then obviously it goes back and forth. I think that's a really smart idea because it keeps people engaged. People aren't going to get frustrated because they're playing with someone who's a better gamer than them. So everyone's on a level playing field.
Amico will take your family back to the days when setting up and playing video games didn't require a large investment of time, but yielded a ton of fun and laughs.
I love that, because that is so important. Because if you're a non-gamer, and even if you're somebody who bought the Wii, who's not a tech person, it can be kind of overwhelming to know how to set systems up. To us, it's easy, you just plug it in, connects it to the TV, away you go, we know what we're doing, we're used to it. But if anyone is not used to that, or maybe they let another member of the family do it for them, it makes it a lot easier when they can just plug and go. Because as you know, with a lot of consoles and a lot of electronics in general, it's not a case of just switching them on and doing what you need to do, playing a film, playing a game. It's a case of going through the settings, setting up your Wi-Fi, and with video games, it's a case of putting the disc in the drive and then spending 5 hours waiting for an update before you can even play a game. Whereas with Amico, you plug it in, you turn it on, you're straight in, a couple of minutes, you're playing a game together.
Amico isn't just simple, it's affordable too. Buying a new video game system typically means expensive games and overpriced accessories.
I do have to take an issue with that to a degree. It is affordable. The console initial outlay is affordable. The games are very, very affordable. Accessories, not so much. Now, this isn't something that me personally, I'm going to have much of an issue with because I don't tend to buy extra controllers. But just looking on Amazon UK, Amico controllers are currently pre-ordering at $64.99. And if I compare that to PlayStation and Xbox, that's £10 more than those controllers. Now, of course, you'd have to weigh up the technology in each of the controllers as to whether it deserves that extra £10, and maybe PlayStation and Xbox will rise due to inflation currently, I don't know. But I don't see £65 for a controller as being affordable. But then I don't understand the family market because I'm not a family man, so maybe that is affordable to them. To me, that seems like a big investment. But of course, at the end of the day, no matter what the cost is, if I was to take my Amico to my family's house and my parents play it with me and they actually enjoy it a lot, and we end up playing Amico every weekend together, then I'm going to just say, okay, well, if it's £65, it is what it is, and I'll just buy myself an extra controller. But I do feel that when they say it's affordable, I think the console and the games are, the console's affordable, the games are extremely affordable, the accessories not so much, and that may be a thing that over time it comes down once inflation settles down and manufacturing gets better and chip prices are down.
But not with Amico. The system comes with 6 built-in games and 2 wireless controllers with easy-to-use color touchscreens.
And that can't be underestimated. I love the fact that they're keeping this trailer very simple, and it's incredibly clear if you've never seen Amico before. So as it says there, it comes with 6 packed-in games, 2 controllers, and most importantly, they have colour touchscreens which they're showing the children using to show how easy they are. And of course, most people nowadays are so used to using tablets and phones, it makes it a very easy thing to get into. Instead of being a piece of technology that may scare some people, they'll look at this and say, oh, it's like using a phone or it's like using a tablet.
And a simple positional disc for endless hours of entertainment with your friends or family. Gameplay supports up to 8 players. And if you don't have a controller, you still join in on the fun by downloading the free Amico app on your smart device.
So I just want to back up a little bit there. So just because I want to talk about this as well. So that's another thing as well. They make it very clear. If you don't have the money or you just haven't got extra controllers at the time, you've got just the 2 controllers, but you've got a family of 4, don't worry, you can just download the app to your smartphone and the other 2 people can use the app. You know, so you could just use the app yourself and let your kids use the controllers. That is a really great idea. Now, of course, it's been said before, but that's only going to be so good. It isn't going to be as good as the actual controller. But it's a good way, I think it's a good way of saying to people, look, you don't have to have an initial layout of hundreds and hundreds of pounds to buy all these extra controllers on top of the console purchase. You can just jump in and play. And then when you want to get a controller, if you prefer to use a controller, you can always buy them later on. Now, the thing I wanted to point out is this is the first time I've seen I don't know, are those the stick-on buttons? They look like they are, but the stick-on disc as well. It's the first time I've actually seen them. They look really interesting. I'm fascinated to actually know how they feel and how they work on the phone, how responsive they are. It's going to be interesting. The disc looks really interesting. So yeah, that's good that they've shown that.
Fun by downloading the free Amico app on your smart device. And Amico is for everyone. Just take a look at some of these games. The growing library includes motion-controlled sports games, party games, action arcade games, children's edutainment, and even beloved classic retro games that many parents grew up with and loved. And of course, they have been totally reimagined for today.
And that is the beauty of Amico. It's not, even though us in the retro community talk about it all the time, and obviously Tommy has interacted with us the most because we've shown the most interest in the system. But the important thing to remember is this is a family console, so it includes everyone in your family, or even in my case where I don't have a wife and children, everyone in my friend group, which is brilliant. So I will traditionally go for retro reimagined, but then there's also the sports and recreation games that I want to play. I might try the card games, the dice games, the board games. I might want to try party games. You know, when you've got some friends over and a few beers, you can whack on emoji charades and have some fun together. So there's all this variety, and if you've got a family and you've got small children, there's kids and edutainment, so you've got Care Bear, Sesame Street, etc., where you can sit down and just play with your children together. You know, they've really thought this out really well.
Today's Amico is being led by an experienced team of game industry professionals.
And of course, there's the leadership there. So of course, right in the centre is the man who used to write the checks, Tommy Tallarico. We've got top right is the new CEO, the man who now writes the checks, Phil Adam. We've got Hans Ippisch, who runs the European office. We've got Samit down the bottom, who does the Asian sector. We've got Johnny Alvarado down there, of course, Jason Enos, Nick Richards, the financial officer, Mike Dietz, you know, all big names in the industry. And that does make a difference. You know, it shows you that a team is a serious team.
Who have worked on some of the most popular and biggest selling video game franchises of all time.
And then you just look at the games that this team have worked on, and straight away I'm seeing Metal Gear Solid, you know, Earthworm Jim, Star Wars, Aladdin, Wall-E, Twisted Metal, Pac-Man, Spider-Man, Terminator, God of War, The Unreal Engine, Toy Story, Avatar, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, Mortal Kombat, Guitar Hero, John Madden. I mean, this is what I've been saying right from the beginning about Amico, is this team is so much experience in the industry. And it's what has always given me faith in Amico, is knowing that these industry veterans are behind this system. It isn't just a Kickstarter. This has been well thought out right from the beginning.
These noted industry veterans bring decades of experience to Intellivision, and they have built a team of more than 60 people with the global presence as support. Intellivision Entertainment has already raised $17 million for the development of Amico, thanks to financial backing from investors and more than 5,000 individuals.
I know you got 17 million investment. That is quite a number. And it shows that people, no matter what is said on the internet, people have faith. People who are backing this system, are actually investing in it, putting their own hard-earned money into the company, have seen the figures, have understood the market and understand there is a gap and see the potential.
Join us as we bring families back together again. Whether you are a parent, grandparent, young, or simply young at heart, make everlasting memories with the newest member of your family. Amico from Intellivision Entertainment.
And there you go, guys. So that's the family trailer. What did you think? Let me know in the comments below. I really like what they did with that trailer. I think it was well edited, well thought out, makes it very clear and easy for people to understand what Amico is all about. And of course, they do a great job of doing that Wii-esque thing where they've got the families all playing together, high-fiving, having fun. And it's just a great way of visually showing what Amico is about. Yeah, I think they absolutely smashed it with this one. It's one of my favourite trailers they've put out, actually. I think the professionalism and the quality overall, with the voiceover, the editing, the messaging, absolutely superb. So congratulations to everybody at Intellivision. And I just can't wait now. I'm just really looking forward to getting Amico and starting to play these games, because there are so many I'm excited to play. It's fantastic. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. I look forward to reading your comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video.